What we've done is what Senator McCain has suggested. We've had a Congress that spent money like John Edwards at a beauty shop, and it's high time that we have...
Well, that was the biggest laugh of the night by far. Mike Huckabee referring to the fact, of course, that John Edwards got a couple of $400 haircuts along the way. Back with our panel now. There was some thought that of the 7 other candidates that were up there on the stage last night, that Huckabee had the best night. Any thoughts on that?
Well, he did, but that's not saying a lot, considering how the rest of them did. You know, to use another...
So you agree with that, though, basically?
Yeah, he was the best. I mean, that was a pretty good line.
Do you think he was the best of the others?
He won the VP sweepstakes for the night.
You think?
No, he'll be a great late-night talk show host. He's not going to get... You don't get jokes. That doesn't get you the nomination for anything.
I know, but broadly... but I'm saying that was a piece of it. But, I mean, that wasn't just that. I mean, do you think...
Said afterwards, he said, you know, if I paid $1 for cutting every hair on my head, it wouldn't get to $400.
Look, to use another sporting analogy in NCAA, he won the play-in game. In other words, he won the game that allows you to enter the tournament and get squashed, but by the #1 seed in your first game. He won here by a nose, and it's not saying a lot because after all, the other 7 did not look. The other 6 did not look.
Well, let's go through them.
Okay.
All right. First of all, certainly got a lot of time and a lot of attention. Ron Paul. How did Ron Paul do?
Well, he sounded like a left libertarian. I didn't, you know, I mean, he took this left-wing view of American foreign policy. You know, America's always at fault. I didn't think that helped him.
That's right. He was taking up space on the panel that should be occupied by somebody like Newt Gingrich. Would make it really interesting.
But it has been suggested today that Rudy Giuliani might ought to send him a campaign contribution because he's the one who teed him up.
You should put him on the payroll. I mean, that was a hell of a favor, and maybe he'll give him, you know, he'll make him secretary of something after he becomes president.
Not defense.
Paul is the classic. Paul is the classic isolationist libertarian. And isolationists don't want to do anything abroad. And if anything bad happens, they blame it on the fact that America is involved abroad. It's part of their isolationism.
Sam Brownback.
Sam Brownback, I have to say, I think he comes off better in person than on television. I don't think he resonates in any way.
I thought he had his game, though. I mean, I thought he seemed composed and he spoke with articulation, and I thought he was fine. Of course, I was seeing it in the hall, which is not what others were experiencing. So I don't.
I just think I think he knows his stuff. He takes some interesting positions that aren't always predictable, like on immigration. But you know, compared to a Huckabee, who I thought had a really vibrant presence last night, and it wasn't just the joke. Huckabee also went into his whole the bit about the culture of life. No, talking about the culture of life, and he was very good. But he was very
quickly.
Who, Tommy Thompson?
Tommy Thompson.
You know, Tommy Thompson drove me crazy. Remember he was asked that question, great question by Wendell Goler, name 3 programs that you would cut. He never named one.
Anybody disagree with Tommy Thompson didn't have a great night?
No.
Okay, look, quickly now.
And look, he was a good governor, and he's diminishing himself.
Duncan Hunter?
He shouldn't stay in this race.
Boyce does well because he's good on the issues of defense in particular.
Jim Gilmore. Make any headway?
Gilmore had the great Rudy McRomney jab.
Yeah, but that's old.
But that was,
He didn't make any headway at all.
He was talking to a team.
Tancredo make any headway?
No. And after all, his issue is immigration, and Hunter's the one who hit that one out of the park.
Much better,